Alright YouTube, what is happening? We are doing a quick first impressions video of a new knife I just got in today. This is the Keen from Massdrop and Laconico. This is one I ordered months ago. The beauty of Massdrop is you get on there and order something and pay for it and then you don't get it for 6 months. No, I get how their business model works. It's effective. So comes in your typical packaging from We Knives. This is another We Knife manufactured knife from Massdrop. This is the Keen Laconico design. Looks like a Laconico design. I've had quite a few over my years, and I've always been a big fan. The knife is bigger than I anticipated. Now, again, they give you the specs and everything. You order them, but you kind of forget about them. Like, it's one of those things I was talking about in my other videos, like with the Zinker, I think it was, Dogtooth. Like, you just forget about the knife, and you're like, man, what is it like again? And I got it, and I'm like, oh, this is way bigger than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a lot smaller than this. So it's not a huge knife by any means. It's about 4.5-inch handle, 3.4-inch blade, but it's you know, larger than I anticipated it to be. So first impressions though are good. Basic specs: it is the titanium frame lock. There was a groove pattern, there was like a plain pattern, then there was like a hole pattern. I think I did the groove because I had the whole Zinker coming, and so I did this one and just did a plain bead blasted titanium finish. Got a nice smooth coating, good feel to it, nice grip. It is a ceramic flipper on ceramic bearings, ceramic detent. Do have a steel installed lock bar insert, titanium pocket clip. Everything is nicely rounded and contoured on the handle, so it's super smooth and good feeling. It doesn't have any jimping, which is by design. You can see the Laconico logo. I love that they're doing these because Laconico designs at one point were pretty affordable when he was first doing his customs, but then they got kind of, you know, up to the typical level of custom knives where they got pretty expensive. So I love seeing, you know, he did a couple collaborations with Kaiser, and I love seeing this one because this one has more of a feel of his custom, but it is also a production knife made by We Knives, so gives you a little bit nicer feel. Price wise though, I think these were about 150 bucks, so they're not bad at all. S35 steel, full flat grind on the spear point blade. It seems like one of the things that was interesting to me is they actually put the dimensions and they put the thickness behind the edge, and I'm like, it's gonna vary from knife to knife. So I'm curious, you know, where this one comes in versus that. Let me zero this bad guy. There we go. So we're gonna do the blade stock first, and that's 0.15 inches, and then the thickness behind the edge is 0.0235, sorry, is the thinnest behind the edge. I think they had it at like 0.3 millimeters. So let me actually change my I've got a 0. 0.46 millimeters is what I'm getting. They had a 0.3 on their website, so I thought that was interesting that they actually advertised the thinness behind the edge, because being it's full flat grind, it should be pretty thin behind the edge, but because I think that varies a little bit knife to knife. It's pretty hard to get a consistently same grind on these knives one after another. Now there was not very many of these made, so maybe it is a little more feasible, but I thought that was interesting. So something to that I wanted to point out. So it is pretty thin behind the edge. 0.023 is nothing to laugh about. I mean, that's a very nice thin edge. The blade thick, the stock is not very thick, so it's going to be a good slicer. Out of the box, let's see how sharp it is. I just got to find some paper. I literally got this package today and haven't had a chance to do much with it, but I wanted to get a first impressions video up because, as far as I know, there's not one on YouTube. So let's check her out. Some pretty thin catalog paper. Oh yeah, that's nice and sharp. It's cutting through that stuff out of the box. That is good. So it's got a nice edge on it. Kind of got that grinder satin finish on the blade. I like the groove there. It just adds a little bit of touch to it. Let's see how the clip works. Everything about it is nice, and especially for the money. Clip's a little stiff. Not deep carry, but not terrible either. It's a little stiff. Not bad. Very functional. Also rounded, kind of like the handles. So, and you got your titanium backspacer. So it's all pretty plain. Now, they did offer this in a purple and bronze color, I believe. My thought was go with the plain, then you can always get it anodized. You could add a pop of color and have just the backspacer anodized, do something like that. But this to me is like a very typical, simplistic Laconico design. Let's do some size comparisons with the Hinder XM18. That is the 3.5 inch with the skinny, so it is shorter in the handle than the skinny. For some reason feels bigger to me. Weird how that does that. And let's compare it to the 940. It's going to be pretty similar to the 940. Yeah, almost identical in size to that knife. Yeah, very, very close. And how about the bug out? Bug out should be a little smaller. Barely though. Similar style with these titanium scales anyway. Your weight on this one should be under 5 ounces. I think it was coming in at 4.4, but let's verify that. Okay. I'm getting a no reading on this one, I think. This one is wacko. This scale won't go above, I think, 4 ounces, which is ridiculous. And this one is never accurate. It's always off by like a bunch. Let's see. So this is coming at 4.2, and I have it down here because it's more level. If I move it up here, oh, it's all of a sudden 2.8 ounces. But 4.2 is pretty good. Not bad weight on that guy. Is it skeletonized? No. Liners are not skeleton. I mean, the scales are not skeletonized. They're pretty much just flat titanium. You do have some nice chamfering here on the lock bar to help in disengaging that lock. Very nice. Good flipping action. Nice detent. That's what it looks like in hand. I do have medium-sized hands. You have a good amount of. So if you have a large hand, this would be a good knife for you. It wouldn't be too small. Like I said, I for some reason envision this knife to be smaller, more like around the size of this like quiet carry chase here. Is kind of what I thought it was going to be. It's not a whole lot bigger, but it definitely feels bigger. And here's the new SOG Terminus that I'm going to do a video on too. This knife's been pretty popular lately for good reason. It's SOG's take on the axis lock they call it the XR lock, and it's actually a pretty well made knife. I'm pretty impressed by it. So a lot of viewers been, and SOG is definitely not a name that you would associate with production knives anymore. It's been many years. So, but I digress. The Laconico Keen is first impressions are really good. I like the design, like how slender it is. It's pretty slim. It's going to be under a 1/2 inch thick. I've got it in millimeters. I'll go back to inches. Yeah, just over 0.4 inches thick. So pretty slim in the hand, but feels very comfortable. Nice ergonomics. Fills up the hand very well. It's on the larger side of knives, though, which is, like I said, so surprising. But a lot of guys, it won't be. It'll be perfect. But for me, it's just on the larger side. I kind of prefer something of this size these days. But I do love my XM18 skinny, and it's about the same size. So I could see myself definitely carrying and using this one. Overall, first impressions are really good. I think Massdrop and Nice and Laconico, they all did a good job on this collaboration, and love to see this kind of design in the hands of the masses. Now you do have Massdrop label on there, S35 yen, and then you have the serial number, which this one is 6. It's super low serial number on this guy. So will this one be a EDC knife for me? I don't know. I think it may be on the bigger side of things that I typically carry, and when I do carry them, I tend to lean towards the Hinders. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. To be determined on that one. But overall, a very nice knife for the money. The drop is inactive right now. You can't purchase them. So kind of keep that in mind when you do. I kind of don't like doing these videos because of that. One thing I liked about the Ferrum Forge collaborations is that they are still available when you after the fact. So I don't know why they just did such a small number of these. It was the same way with this zinker knife. It was very low quantities, not available any longer. So, all right, guys, let me know what your thoughts are on the Laconico Keen done by We Knives and Massdrop. We'll see you in the next video.